Hello Gravity Sketch community, I'm here to show you how you can create maps for SLOWP, the VR snowboarding game I'm creating using Gravity Sketch. It's super easy. I'm going to try to be quick, skip the basics because you guys know how to use Gravity Sketch, and go directly to creating the map. Okay, so I'm going to create a new sketch over here. And I use some options here to help me out, which is using the vertical lock and activating the world axis so I can know how steep my creation is getting. Okay, I'm going to use the surface tool to create initial surface. The thing that is going to happen here is that the colors I use to create each kind of element in here is going to translate to a different kind of texture and material inside the game. So the white color is going to be used for snow. So I will create something simple for now, something like this. Another thing we will need to create is a blue cube. The blue cube will be used as the spawn point for the player. You have to mind that the size of the blue cube will define the size of the player compared to the size of the map you're creating. So if I want this to be really big, I can just make the blue cube really small like this. Okay, so I'll leave it like this for now. We can also use green cubes to represent trees. They're going to be translated as trees inside the game. I'm going to make them thin, just so kind of represent a little bit of the tree over here. I'll make it this size more or less and put some of them over here. Okay, so let me delete this one. And the red color is going to be translated into rocks. So if I want to create like a mountain over here to the sides, instead of like having this abyss where the player is going to fall, I usually use the surface tool with a low poly turned on and the 4-point surface, and I use the red color. Sorry, it's not the red, it's the pink color over here. So if I create a wall like this, I can try to make it different shapes like this into here. Of course, you can edit the control points after if you want. I'm gonna make another one over here, which is a little bit lower. Okay. Now, let me just put this tree a little bit inside this place. So this is something you can do. And to create like a small jump, you can, let me convert this to subdivision object. So I can grab this edge over here and give it a little bit of a continuation over here. Of course, if you know how to edit those kind of objects, subdivision objects, you can grab only one edge and create divisions like this. You can use the razor to cut it down so you can still continue to give it a little bit of shape on the central part of the slope. So I'm going to do this now over here. Make a division over here so the player have to decide what he's going to do right now. And on this one, I'm going to create a jump. So for this, I'm going to have more divisions over here for more control points. For now, I'm just going to create 2 more divisions over here. And I'll grab this whole axis and make it like this. So I can grab this face over here of the object and make an extrusion. If I make it like this, it's already going to be able to use it as a jump. This is kind of big compared to the size of the player, but I think it's good. And with this jump, I'm going to actually create a rail for the player. Let me just continue this a little bit more. And for the rails, I use the stroke. If I use the black color, the rail is going to look like metal. So I can do something like this and make a rail like this. I'm gonna fix this. For this part, I just prefer to use 3 points on the edge of the rail, which is enough to make it look like an edge, you know, like this. Same thing's happening over here. Let me just, oh, that's not what I meant to do. I just want to bring them closer. Got this, get rid of this, put this inside the snow, maybe delete this control point, it's useless. And I'm gonna put the whole thing a little bit over here, so I know as a player that I can jump here and try to make a rail. Let's see if it works when I try it. Okay, this other side, I'm just gonna make something that goes up here and then goes down again and connects again to the main part of the slope. Okay, so let me just fix this. And right here, I want the player to feel like he's up on another part of the slope, and I'm going to use ice for this. So if I use this different blue color over here that I don't know the name of this in English, you're going to create ice. So I'm going to use the same thing that I use for those mountains over there to make ice on this part. I'll fix this later and try to make it a little bit more spiky. What I want to do over here actually is to put it a little bit lower, and actually not on this part but probably over here, make the player feel that he's on the edge of the slope over there. I'm gonna keep creating those parts, and then I'm gonna use the crease tool to make it feel like the edge of the slope over here, like this. And it's going to be easier for me to try to fit the contour points of this object right here. Another thing that is going to translate into the game as another kind of object is when you use a yellow cube. So the yellow cube is going to be translated as coins that you can use to make the player collect on special parts of the map. So I can just go ahead and add, I can make this much like kind of a wall for the player to try to grab the coins while being up on the wall. So he's going to have a little bit of momentum to collect these coins. I hope it's not super hard. And right here, I'm going to make the final slope to the finish line, which I'm going to make like this with a lot of contour points because I want to add trees. It's going to be a forest with gigantic tall trees because the player is much smaller than this. And then I can actually make like a little bit of differentiations on the slope. This part I'm gonna put on this small gap I created here, plain with this color, because I want the player to, I want this to feel as like a little lake, and the material is going to be of ice, so you cannot shred the snow on this part of the map. So it's going to be like a little thing that the player can try something on it. Okay, right now I'm going to create just a few more mountains. Okay, so this is going to be the finish line. For the end of the map, you have to create a black cube. So the black cube is going to be translated into the end of the map. I'm just going to put a big one over here. Okay, just one more thing. If you want to create things made of wood, there's two kind of wood materials that you can use. One of them, like if you want to make like a sign or something made of wood, or a house or anything made of wood, you can use the red color. This is going to be translated into wood. Try to make a small house made of wood over here. Let's say you want this to have a window. You can actually make it like this and then use plain with the yellow color, and it's going to be translated kind of into a glowing light thing. So this is going to be a wood that looks like planks inside the game, but there is another kind of wood which is translated like the trunk of the tree, you know. So if I create a cylinder like this and I paint it blue, I can actually make my own kind of tree, because this is going to be translated into a tree, okay, inside the game. But you can make your own trees if you want to create something like this, and then I don't know, you kind of use this to make the leaves of the tree, and this is a tree created by you if you want. So this is almost it. You just have to mind one thing, which is the normal of the creations you made have to be facing the right direction. So I'm going to grab this and just check if everything is right. Like this side of the mountain over here is not facing the right direction. So I'm just going to click this. So now it's facing the right direction. Everything else is okay. No. This part as well. Okay, now I'm done. So the only thing I have to do right now to try it inside the game is just open the menu over here. I'm just going to save it as GS tutorial. And then I'm going to select save on local, and I'm going to export. So exporting it on local will make you able to test this map inside the game without having to remove the headset. So export on local, make sure it's OBJ, meters, go to advanced options. It has to be single-sided normals and render over here. So if everything is like this, you're ready to go. Just export, GS tutorial, okay. Okay, it's done. So now I'm gonna just go to the game, which right now is on the sources because we're testing it, it's not released yet. I'm gonna go into SLOWP, and now we're in here. So I'm gonna press the X button on the left controller to open the games menu. And right here on this tab levels, you can just navigate through the pages. You're probably not gonna have a lot of things over there. And I'm gonna find over here the map I just created, which is GS tutorial. It's over here. If you export local, it's gonna be recognized by the game. I'm just gonna click import, and then I'm gonna click load. And here I am. I'm inside the map we just created. You can, like, if you don't like this setup of the sky, you can go to general options, change the daytime, maybe the sun over there. The sky mood can be different. There is some choices over here. And when you are satisfied with what the setup you just made, you can just go ahead and write the map you just created. So we have this part right now. Oh, look at the wall over there. No, it's not going to be easy. Oh. Okay, that part was not easy. And now the trees that we added on this place. The lake, which I don't have any control of my board while I'm at here. The house, which is super ugly. And the ending of the map. When I get to the finish line, it's gonna create a new setup for me. So the map's over here. You can go nuts. You can create anything you want. As you've seen on the video of the teaser that I just shown you on the same message, you can see that every maps that you see over there, I created using Gravity Sketch. So you can create all kinds of stuff. Let's try to make the array over here. I hope it's easy enough for me. Oh, yeah. Like this. Okay, hope you guys like it. If you want, you can help me create maps for this game. And if you like your map after you created it, you can just go ahead to your map, which is, on this case, this one. If you like it and you want other players to be able to play it, you just click submit. Once you click submit, the map is going to be available for everyone inside the game using this menu. The person just have to click on download and then click on load, and they're going to be playing your map. Okay, hope you guys like this. Thank you very much. If you're going there, any questions that you have, feel free to ask me. I'm here to help. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.